To prepare a solid sample for the IR, you will need the potassium bromide located in the desiccator. The first step to preparing your sample is to zero the balance with an empty weigh boat. Measure out approximately 100 milligrams of the potassium bromide into the tared weigh boat. We initially had too much and had to remove some of it to get the correct amount. You should do the same to get as close as possible to 100 milligrams. Once you get the 100 milligrams, then place the measured potassium bromide off to the side. Next, zero the balance again with a new weigh boat. Measure out 0.1 to 10 milligrams of your solid sample. Place this on the balance and record the weight. It is important that you do not exceed 10 milligrams, and ideally a smaller amount of the sample is best. Set your sample to the side with your measured amount of potassium bromide.
Combine the measured amounts of potassium bromide and the sample into the mortar. Use the pestle to grind the two solids together. Do this for about 20 seconds so that both solids are mixed evenly and ground well. Next, to prepare the bolt, screw in the bottom screw, being careful not to over-tighten. Transfer your sample from the mortar to a third unused weigh boat and then into the open end of the bolt. Secure the top with a second screw. Move the bolt to the clamp and secure in position. Using a torque wrench, tighten the top bolt until you hear a click and the wrench goes no further. Set a timer for 1 minute and let the bolt sit until the timer expires. Rotate the top of the torque wrench in the meantime so you can unscrew the bolt later. Place back on the screw and bolt and push until the bolt releases. Keep rotating until the top screw is removed. Loosen the bolt from the clamp and hold in your hand. Unscrew the bottom screw.
Tap the sides of the bolt on the lab bench to remove loose particles. Walk your bolt over to the IR and place inside, making sure that the opening is exposed on both sides and can allow the beam to pass through. Turn the IR on and make sure a background scan has been run without the bolt in the machine, and then hit scan. Your spectrum will be produced. Luckily, liquid sample prep is much easier. To prepare a liquid sample, take the salt plates from the desiccator. Then rub the salt plates on the surface to clean them. Once cleaned and dried, place a drop of your sample on one of the salt plates. Place the other salt plate on top of the one containing the drop. Walk over to the IR and make sure that a background scan has been run with nothing in the way of the beam. Then, place your sample so that the beam is able to pass through it. You are now ready to scan. Your spectrum will be produced by the machine.
To clean your used salt plates, douse them with ethanol on both sides and rub again on the surface. Do not wash with water. Also, be sure not to touch the surface of the salt plates, only touch them lightly on the sides. Repack the salt plates in their containers and return all of the materials to the desiccator. To clean up from a solid sample preparation, wash the bolt and screws with water and acetone. Then place all materials in the drying oven along with the cleaned mortar and pestle. After an hour, return all materials to desiccator for others to use.